He's got to start tomorrow. If he starts tomorrow, we win. He scores a couple of goals. Let's get this season started. That's what I'm thinking. So, yeah. Anything on De Jong, says Pablo. Well, in relation to De Jong, he was asked about De Jong. He was asked about Rabiot, and he said, I can't comment on other players that are under contract. So you're always going to get that answer from him. That's always going to come out. He was asked about Marcus Rashford. Obviously, a lot of stories coming out of Rashford. You've probably watched the last couple of shows where we've mentioned this. So basically, Rashford representatives in Paris last week talking about a move to Paris, PSG. We understand that this may well be a tactic to get a new contract. I think I think Rashford's played it perfectly. He's going to get this new contract because Rashford. Ten Hag asked about Rashford, said, really important player, very happy with him. He will stay at Manchester United. So, one of the things as well, this has not been mentioned, but one of the things that was part of Eric Ten Hag's interview from Manchester United was that they wanted him to commit to getting the best out of Marcus Rashford. So this is one of Ten Hag's key performance indicators. One of the things he has to do is get Rashford back playing like he was 3 years ago. United don't want to sell Rashford. They want Rashford to be the star of the team. They want him to have a new contract, and they want Ten Hag to make him great again. And Ten Hag is completely on board with that. So we will not be selling Rashford to PSG. Whether people want that to happen or not, it's important to remember this was one of the key things United said to Ten Hag, and he committed to. They said to him, we want you to get the best out of some of these players that have fallen off. The Brunos, the Maguires, the Luke Shaws, the Rashfords, the McFreds. That's part of his job. That was part of the conversation. That was part of the interview. That's part of the things that Ten Hag's agreed to. And Rashford is a big player, a part of that. It's about getting the best out of Rashford for Ten Hag. He's not for sale. They want him to be one of the stars of the team again. So he's not for sale. And Ten Hag has said that publicly. He's not going to go anywhere. So yeah, the mind boggles on that, really, doesn't it? Why are Rashford representatives in Paris when he knows full well the club are going to give him a contract, and he's going to get a lot of game time? It's a bit weird. Elijah says, how can journos come out and say Ten Hag is getting his targets? ZX story, also Ten Hag confident of a better squad. Rabiot ain't in the answer. We're going to come to that, Elijah. So let's go on to the transfers bit. Hi Mark, what is your comments on De Jong? Do you still think he'll come to Man United? Huge love for you from India, mate. Love your work and effort, says Aravind. Remind me of that at the end. Ten Hag loves Rashford. Told that by Sterling guy, says Robert McCormack. Yeah, I completely agree with you, Robert, and I think that's what we're sort of talking about there. Ten Hag is a massive fan of Rashford, and I think Rashford's going to be a massive part of this Ten Hag journey. So whether people like that or not, he's been very clear about it, and he's been very clear about it again. What happens if Ten Hag resigns, says Stephen? I don't think Ten Hag's got the look of a man who wants to resign, to be honest with you. Not at all. He was asked about transfers, and he was basically asked if he was happy with the progress of the transfers so far, to which his response was very much, yes, I'm happy. He was asked about how he's cooperating with the board. He says, I'm happy. And we're cooperating really well. He was also asked if they're on the same page for transfers, to which he said, yes, we are. So, God, I don't know what's going wrong with that. I've got a bit of a cough coming. What does that mean? I mean, Ten Hag himself had to clarify the question. Are you on the same page with transfers? What that means is if Ten Hag says he wants Ziyech and the club say no, you're not on the same page. You don't agree. Ten Hag says they are on the same page. I think they are on the same page. I don't think that's breaking news. Ten Hag wanted Arnautovic. The club went and put a bid in. They shouldn't have put a bid in. So they are on the same page. I want Ten Hag to do well. I'm 100% behind Ten Hag. I think he's a really fantastic coach. But he should have been told no on Arnautovic. He should have been told no. Funny enough, Lou Macari on MUTV was saying, I'm from Stoke. We never should have been in for Arnautovic. So, again, I don't know what... I mean, there seems to be... When you've got MUTV presenters basically saying United shouldn't be signing players that Man United are trying to sign, it just shows you the level of confusion at Manchester United at the moment. But Ten Hag saying that they are on the same page, re-transfers. I want to talk about Ziyech in a minute. when Ten Hag says he's happy with the transfer progress and they're cooperating well, it's not true. It's quite simply not true. We are not doing well in the transfer window, so how can the manager be happy? You've just lost to Brighton, mate. How can you be happy? If you had De Jong and you had Anthony for that Brighton game, I don't think we would have lost it. So how can you be happy with the progress of transfers? How can you be cooperating well when you've just lost at home to Brighton because you haven't got the players that you want? That's just an answer that he has to give. He can't sit there when asked if he's happy with the transfer business and how they're doing. He can't sit there and say, well, would you be happy? I've lost to Brighton. I've still got no new signings for Brentford. Got Liverpool coming up in a couple of weeks. We're not prepared. This is not the team I wanted. And no, we're not cooperating well. That's the honest answer, but he can't give it. We've got another yes man. If he's on the same page with the board of transfers, my God, we're in big trouble, says Sean Turner. I've done a complete 180 when it comes to Bruno. I don't think we can rely on him, says Progressive Dad. Hi Mark, is there any news on Wan-Bissaka, says Akanesh. I can talk to you about that in a little bit on transfers. So, no, Ten Hag's not happy and they're not cooperating well. But he has to say that. And the reason we know they're not cooperating well is we spent all summer chasing a player we might not get. He wanted Anthony. That's not looks like it's not going to happen. We're now desperately going for Rabiot, who we weren't even interested in 10 days ago. We've had a bid rejected for Arnautovic, who we never should have gone for. Werner rejected us at the. We tried to get him at the end. He went to Leipzig. So we're not cooperating well, and he can't be happy because he hasn't got the players he wants. But publicly, he's got to say that because they're all in it together. Murta, Arnold, the Glazers, Ten Hag, McLaren, they're all in it together. They've got to be. They've got to have each other's back. I get that, but they're not cooperating well. It is a circus, as Victor says, and they've got less than 3 weeks to sort it out. Just to let you know, the Poch Brigade still lives on. We are still here, says Rash. Well, I am very wary of that, Rash. I am very wary of that. I know the Poch Brigade lives on. I think there are media outlets that wanted Poch that won't take long to go for him if the results go bad. But, we're in trouble at the moment. The hope is that we can get out of it with a win tomorrow and start the season from there. He was asked